This is Brian Stillman. Welcome back. We're at CES 2020, but you know that because you've been watching us all day, all week. We're going to keep coming at you with a lot more technology, but for now, I am here with Steve from Fasetto. You have a piece of software called Forum,
yes,
which is super cool. This allows you to have, let's say you have a small spontaneous meeting,
sure,
or a classroom or something like that, and you have a presentation on your computer. You can then broadcast that presentation to any device amongst your audience. So if you have 4 people in your meeting and they all have cell phones, they all have your iPhones, they can all see your charts and your graphs. They can share your screen with you just sitting in the room.
Right.
Without an internet connection.
Without the internet.
Okay, so explain to me how this works, and maybe give a better explanation than I just did.
Exactly. So what Forum is the software that you download onto your laptop,
yep,
which then allows you to wirelessly share any kind of presentation, whether it's a PowerPoint or Keynote, doesn't matter, then able to wirelessly share that to every single device in the room without the internet. And how that works is what we're doing is we're using the little tiny Wi-Fi chip inside of your laptop, which then creates a little local network, and then they all connect to it, just as they do every single day by connecting to the Wi-Fi at their house or at work or whatever.
So they would all get an IP address that they connect to.
Well, it's easier than that. We'll make it easier than that.
Easier.
So what they're going to do is you can name it whatever you want. It's your own little network. You can name it all through the app. So we'll name it, let's say I go into IBM, for instance, okay?
Right.
I'll go into IBM. I'm going to do a demo for them, so I'll name the Wi-Fi IBM demo. And since it's my local network, I can name the URL whatever I want because I'm the only one on it. So I'll name it IBM. Make it nice and simple for them.
Okay.
So they just type that in. For sure, they got a cell phone in their pocket at minimum. So now they got the cell phone, they can see it up front in person, whether you're down at the coffee shop, whether you're at their actual location, it doesn't matter. You're able to have an on-the-fly, full-blown presentation. They're able to see your PowerPoints, able to stream video if you want, you're able to download content. You don't have to bring all your brochures, put all of your digital brochures in there, videos, commercials, anything you want. They can download that, take that away with them on the fly.
So you're doing all the presentations through the software. So let's say you have slides. You're using the Forum software to bump through the slides, to move through the slides,
correct,
move through your presentation.
Right.
And then they'll be seeing it on their phone. And they're connecting to that presentation through their web browser. Is that?
Exactly. Using everything that they already do every single day.
Right.
Whatever your favorite browser is, whether that's Brave or Chrome or anything, doesn't matter.
Right.
You use your browser that you like the most. You use the device that you like the most. I don't care if it's a laptop, tablet, smart TV. Anything that has a browser on it is able to receive that presentation.
And now, can they interact with you? Can they send questions? Can they do whatever? Like it's a bi-directional.
Yeah, it's interactive.
Yeah.
So for instance, let's say you're a teacher. We'll just go into education for a second.
Yes.
You're a teacher, you got all your students out there. Right now, our only competitors can only do one thing. They can share up to one screen behind that teacher, and that's it. And they think, all right, we're good to go. That's understandable, I get it. We've all used Chrome Share or something like that. Well, instead, or Chromecast, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Instead, we're going out in the opposite direction. We're sending out to every single student in that class. Not only are they able to have a virtual front row seat, which we've learned from studies, the further back and the further out from the front that the students go, the more that the less that they retain, the less that they actually
learn. Speaking
learn.
as a student who often sat in like sort of the back few rows,
sure,
you're absolutely zoning out.
Right. Whereas that person right in the front, one, they get all the attention. Two, teacher's pet. We get it, teacher's pet. But as the further back you go, they're not retaining as much because they can't see or they don't care. Well, now it's in their hand. They have a virtual front row seat.
Right.
But also, let's say you have a shy student in the back of class who has a question, who doesn't want that attention on her.
Right.
Now she can ask questions to the teacher. The teacher can see those questions come up right on her phone.
Or if you want to ask questions anonymously, let's say you want to poll your group, you say, look, I just want to know what you think. You don't have to be public about it. You can send the information to me.
Absolutely.
And I'll be able to answer them.
Right, doing Q&As, all this different kind of stuff. Let's say you can do polling questions, you can do quizzes, you can, again, put the downloadable content. If you're a teacher, you might want to put all your study materials and stuff like that so they can take that home with them.
That's really cool. I'm not going to lie, and this might not surprise too many of the viewers. I'm a pretty geeky guy. I play Dungeons & Dragons.
Sure.
I play a lot of Dungeons & Dragons.
Okay.
I probably play too much Dungeons & Dragons. But I can see applications for something like that, which just a casual group of friends, we're sitting around, we're playing. I I can send information to the players. They all have their phones. They all have their tablets. Boom, the stuff comes up. It's right there. If I'm playing at a convention, if I'm playing with people who, I don't necessarily know, they still have their devices to do stuff like that. So that's really cool. I'm sure half our audience is like, yeah, that's awesome. The other half is like, oh my God, who is this guy? But I'm telling you, it's cool. So where can they get? Now this runs on a laptop.
Yes.
PC and Mac.
Yes.
Either way.
Yep.
Cool. And how big a coverage can you get from this?
Sure.
We talk about classrooms, casual meetings, but classrooms, I mean, you could be in college, it could be a lecture hall.
Absolutely.
It could be third grade, and it's 20 kids.
Right.
What are we talking about in terms of coverage?
So we got both covered. We're going to do a quick scale for you. So at first, with that laptop, it's just hardware limited, okay? So with that laptop, you walk in, you can open it up, you can probably connect up to 10 audience members,
right?
Which is going to cover the vast majority of meetings. Over 75% of all meetings take place with less than 4 people. All right, so you already got that covered.
Right.
Now let's say we're Sony, okay?
Right.
We're going to have a huge, large presentation. We got 400 people out there. We want a Q&A. We want all that different stuff. It's literally as easy as if you connect your laptop to the network that's in the building. Let's say you want to connect to the building's Wi-Fi, or you bring your own router to connect everything.
Right.
It functions exactly the same way. Everyone in that audience connects to the Wi-Fi and goes to your URL.
This seems like kind of no-brainer technology in the sense like we have all this gear on us. Why are we not seeing this until now?
Well, for one, we have a lot of patents.
Okay.
For two, we have a lot of smart people on our team.
Okay.
Listen, there's a lot of different things that are already out here in a similar way. Like I said, Chromecast, ClickShare, other stuff like that. But they're only going to one device.
Right.
We're then able to flip it and use it instead of going to one device, instead of casting only to one, to then go to many. Go to as many as we can.
I mean, it just seems like the type of thing I would have expected to have seen sooner. What were the things that made it difficult to achieve this? Why is this not something where it's like as soon as we could send to one device, like, yeah, we'll send to all devices? What are the sort of hurdles that have to be overcome to make something like this work?
Tell you what, to be honest, I don't know those answers. I wasn't the guy who invented it.
Okay.
Like our CEO and his partner and all of our developers are the ones who are working hard creating this stuff.
How long have they been working on this?
So Fasetto itself has only been around for about 5 years.
Okay.
But Forum itself has only been around since about a year and a half.
Okay, so they've been working on it for a few years to get it to this point.
We have other projects. Forum itself has only been around for about a year and a half.
Okay. Where can people go to learn more about this?
They can go to Fasetto.com. They can go to Fasetto.com not just to learn about it, but they can download it directly from there.
I was going to ask, how much does it cost?
It's only $10 a month.
So it's a subscription service?
Correct.
Okay. And with the subscription, what do you get? I mean, you get the software. Is that it? Is there any other component to it?
That's all you need. It's just the one software. You don't have to worry about us breaking it up in little tiny pieces or something like that. You get everything. You get the polling. You get the Q&A stuff. You get the downloadable content. You get all of that stuff all in one package.
How many computers can you load it onto? Are there...
You're buying one license.
One license.
So you have it. If you wanted to put it on a different license, you'd have to delete it from that device and put it on another one.
Now, if companies, this seems like useful for companies that have multiple teams, is there a way to download a license for like our 5 teams, or is it just got to get 5 of them?
So we're both. We're both B2C as well as B2B. Our sales reps are constantly calling like larger companies and then have all of their sales reps or all of their internal meetings using it. Yeah. As well as an individual can download it and use it for their own personal use. Yeah.
Very, very cool. So that's Fasetto.com, Fasetto.com.
Yes, right here.
Great. And the software is called Forum. Steve, thanks for coming. It's great to hear that. It's very cool software. We at CES, and there's a lot of hardware, a lot of tech, but there's also cool software coming out.
Yes.
Ways to make your life, your business easier. This is the place to check it all out. I'm Brian Stillman. I'm here with BeTerrific. We'll be coming to you all week with coverage. Stick around. We've got a lot more.
When people need to meet with colleagues in different places, they typically use video conferencing solutions. Yet, we often need to meet in person and share visual information. And, ironically, it's the meetings in our own buildings that can be the most challenging. Let's say you and a few coworkers want to have a quick meeting to share a presentation. Conference rooms have more space than you really need. Plus, they're often booked because demand is high. So how can you share the visual information you need to? You could use a huddle space or a table in an open office, but those rarely come video enabled. There are lots of other great spaces to meet, like the kitchen, cafeteria, or even outside, but gathering around a laptop is pretty awkward. Sadly, you've already wasted too much time trying to figure it out. Wouldn't it be great if there was a way you could meet and share presentations anywhere without needing to book a conference room? Well, meet Forum. Forum is the perfect complement to your conferencing solution because it's made for presenting in person. It turns any office space into a meeting place. Forum connects devices wirelessly to the phones, tablets, and laptops people use every day and streams presentations without the need for cables, dongles, or even the internet. Forum is packed with features to make every meeting more engaging and interactive. Learn more about how Forum can be a great addition to your office meeting solutions.